Scriptures of the Book of Matthew chapter 2 King James Version verse 1. Now when Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem. Verse 2. Saying, Where is he that is born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east, and are come to worship him. Verse 3. When Herod the king had heard these things, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. Verse 4. And when he had gathered all the chief priests and scribes of the people together, he demanded of them where Christ should be born. Verse 5. And they said unto him, In Bethlehem of Judea, for thus it is written by the prophet. Verse 6. And thou Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, art not the least among the princes of Judah, for out of thee shall come a governor, that shall rule my people Israel. Verse 7. Then Herod, when he had privily called the wise men, inquired of them diligently what time the star appeared. Verse 8. And he sent them to Bethlehem, and said, Go and search diligently for the young child, and when ye have found him, bring me word again, that I may come and worship him also. Verse 9. When they had heard the king, they departed, and, lo, the star, which they saw in the east, went before them, till it came and stood over where the young child was. Verse 10. When they saw the star, they rejoiced with exceeding great joy. Verse 11. And when they were come into the house, they saw the young child with Mary his mother, and fell down, and worshipped him. And when they had opened their treasures, they presented unto him gifts, gold, and frankincense and myrrh. Verse 12. And being warned of God in a dream that they should not return to Herod, they departed into their own country another way. Verse 13. And when they were departed, behold, the angel of the Lord appeareth to Joseph in a dream, saying, Arise, and take the young child and his mother, and flee into Egypt, and be thou there until I bring thee word, for Herod will seek the young child to destroy him. Verse 14. When he arose, he took the young child and his mother by night, and departed into Egypt. Verse 15. And was there until the death of Herod, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken of the Lord by the prophet, saying, Out of Egypt have I called my son. Verse 16. Then Herod, when he saw that he was mocked of the wise men, was exceeding wroth, and sent forth, and slew all the children that were in Bethlehem, and in all the coasts thereof, from 2 years old and under, according to the time which he had diligently inquired of the wise men. Verse 17. Then was fulfilled that which was spoken by Jeremiah the prophet, saying, verse 18. In Ramah was there a voice heard, lamentation, and weeping, and great mourning, Rachel weeping for her children, and would not be comforted, because they are not. Verse 19. But when Herod was dead, behold, an angel of the Lord appeareth in a dream to Joseph in Egypt. Verse 20. Saying, Arise, and take the young child and his mother, and go into the land of Israel, for they are dead which sought the young child's life. Verse 21. And he arose, and took the young child and his mother, and came into the land of Israel. Verse 22. But when he heard that Archelaus did reign in Judea in the room of his father Herod, he was afraid to go thither, notwithstanding, being warned of God in a dream, he turned aside into the parts of Galilee. Verse 23. And he came and dwelt in a city called Nazareth, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by the prophets, he shall be called a Nazarene. What does Matthew chapter 2 mean? Chapter 2 describes crucial moments in his infancy. Of wise men from the east arrives in Jerusalem, some time after Jesus is born. These men are labeled using the Greek term magoi, which in Persian and Babylonian, these particular wise men are on a quest, and what they seek is troubling news to King Herod. They look for someone, born King of the Jews. The scholars have come in response to some astronomical sign, which they call, his star. Though they are not Jewish, these men apparently studied ancient Jewish scriptures, and so they began their search in Jerusalem. Matthew 2:1-4. King Herod summons local religious leaders and asks them where the scriptures say the Christ. They know the scriptures well and quickly tell him that the promised one will be born in Bethlehem of Judea. Herod is careful, but secretive, in asking the wise men when they first saw this sign. He then directs them to Bethlehem to find the child. In a blatant lie, he claims his intent is to worship this new king. Matthew 2:5-8. Whether or not the wise men originally saw a comet, planet, or supernova, they once again see a guiding star, this time moving south, guiding them directly. The men arrive at the home where Mary, Joseph, and Jesus are staying in Bethlehem. Overjoyed, the wise men worship the child, presenting him with gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Each of these gifts is practical and valuable, as well as carrying prophetic meaning. Despite Herod's command, they've been warned in a dream not to go back to the evil ruler. Matthew 2:9-12. Once again, Joseph receives direction from God, through an angel, in a dream. He must take Jesus and Mary and go to Egypt to escape Herod's plan to kill the child Jesus. In this context, Egypt means the territory outside of Herod's authority, whose borders were a few days' journey away. The emphasis of this command is on haste. They leave that night, settling for a time in Egyptian territory, waiting to be called back by the angel when Herod has died. Matthew 2:13-15. Herod realizes the wise men have left the area without telling him where the Christ child is. Furious, Herod sends men to kill all male babies in Bethlehem, 2 years old and younger. This contingency was Herod's reason to ask about the appearance of the wise men's sign. Knowing when his rival was born narrowed down possible targets. Herod's massacre aims to prevent the child from taking the throne from Herod and his sons. After Herod dies, Joseph has 2 more dreams. First, the angel tells him it is safe to return to Israel because those who wanted to kill Jesus are dead. When Joseph gets to Israel, he is concerned about the cruel and unpredictable son of Herod who now reigns over Judea. Through another dream, God sends Joseph and Mary to their hometown of Nazareth in the region of Galilee, ruled over by a more stable son of the Herod family. Just as Jesus' birth in Bethlehem fulfilled prophecies about the birthplace of the Christ, his childhood in Nazareth fulfills another prophecy about the Messiah being known as a Nazarene. Matthew 2:19-23. Thank you for watching this video, my dear brethren. If you want more videos regarding this topic, please consider subscribe my channel and don't forget to like, share, comments and hit the notification bell button, so that you don't miss anything of my new video uploads. Have a great day and keep safe always.